there, folks. I'm here with Alvaro from Fighting Hedgehog, and we're going to be diving into a Let's Play of an upcoming game that's going to be coming to Kickstarter. This is DragonStrike. It's amazing. I love dragons. They're fantastic, and I can't wait to dive in and start playing this game. Oh, I'm so excited. But before I get too carried away and we just start playing, you should probably tell us a little bit about what DragonStrike is before we sort of dive in and start playing the game.
Absolutely, Ben. Thank you for having me here. Very excited with you all folks. So DragonStrike, basically, it's an aerial combat game between dragons, right? It's a fast game. It's meant to be played in an hour, and you're going to be riding two dragons, usually trying to catch your opponent unawares. So it's all about guessing what maneuver the opponent is doing, making a maneuver that will allow you to get in a position where you can breathe some kind of pain on them, fire, frost, lightning, and hopefully get them down and carry the objectives and carry the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm going to be taking on the role of the metallic dragons this time around. So I'm going to be playing as my bronze dragon, who uses lightning to attack his foes, and also the silver dragon, who uses frost. Who are you using, Alvaro? Who's on your side?
Your team is also known as the Goodies.
The Goodies, yes. I'm on the side of Bahamut, yes.
So I'm going to be using the baddies, and that includes for completion, so that people can see all the breath attacks in the game. I'm using a red dragon that does fire attacks, and I'm using a black dragon, although the card says green, but it's the same because both use poison attacks. So in that way, we have all four breaths in the game.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about how attacks work and things like that as they come up in the game, and Alvaro will sort of talk us through those and things like that. But we're going to get stuck into actually playing. Just to let you know, we do have our hand of cards at the bottom. These are the kind of maneuvers that we're going to be doing throughout the game. You can see some of the ones we've got here. Again, we'll talk about these as they come up and go through how the different tests work and stuff like that, so you get an idea of how everything works in DragonStrike. But I think we're just going to roll off to see who gets to go first in this. We should talk about the scenario. What scenario are we playing at the moment, Alvaro?
Oh, the scenario is capture the caravan. And so you can see there's lonely caravan here that is trying to get to the other side of the board. And it's trying to not get snagged by either of the dragon teams. But both dragon teams go on to grab it. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to grab a caravan while enemy dragons are trying to kill you, but there it is.
Yeah. So yes, I remember we've played a test game of this a little while ago, and I went first and got that card, and then things went badly. So I may change my tactics. I'm putting it out there now. Who knows?
But for rules' sake, if someone walks out of the field by their own edge with the caravan, they win. Yes. And at the end of the game, if you're holding the caravan, you also win. So it's important, but it's difficult, as you'll probably see through the game. It's difficult to grab it without getting killed.
Yeah. So let's get started. I believe we have to roll to see who's going to get to go first, I think, don't we?
The edge, yes. So
I'll roll as well. I got a 3. I mean, you got a 3 as well.
Of course, we'll have to re-roll because we tied, obviously.
6.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you get the edge. For the people watching, that means that he will do all attacks first until one of his dragons get hit and the edge changes hands. Mm-hmm. But in exchange for that privilege, he also does have to deploy his 2 dragons first. And remember, you have to do it in the first 2 rolls.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna move the bronze dragon over slightly there. And then I'm gonna keep the silver dragon there, I think. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. That's my setup, I think.
Okay, I'm going to put black over here. Actually, let's keep things so that people don't get confused. This dragon here, and I'm going to put this dragon here.
Okay.
I mean, with a pincer movement.
Yes. It's already looking very bad for that poor guy in that caravan. Go across the board. Right, so we've done that. Then we're going to move into getting things started with turn 1, and this is where we're going to be choosing our cards. So do you want to just give people a little bit of a brief overview of sort of how you do the card process, and as we sort of look at them and things like that? And
yes, absolutely. So the game, you can see it here in the card that it has 5 stages. So planning, flight, situation, rider, and attack. We'll go through them as we play. The first one is planning, and you're going to take one of your cards. Now, you have 40 different maneuvers, which sounds intimidating, but gets pretty easy. You have them all here in this card here as a summary, but you have them back here, and you're going to choose one for each of your dragons. So in the planning phase, we're going to start by then turning the timer, because we have 4 minutes to choose our maneuvers. So just flip it. Perfect. We start the turn 1. And in this planning phase, we're going to choose one card for each of our dragons doing one of these maneuvers. And then we're going to see how we execute that card.
Yeah. Okay. So do I want to go fast or do I want to go slow? That's the way. Am I going to bide my time and see what Alvaro does? Oh, sneaky. Okay.
For people watching, the other opponent is not seeing yet what card we're choosing, and we're putting it face down until we will reveal.
I reckon we play things softly, catchy monkey at the moment. So we're going to do that there. Pop that one down. Actually, if I put it up here, that's a good way of doing it. And what am I going to do for the other side of things? One thing that's also good to note as well, as we're doing this, is that if you want both your dragons to have the same maneuver, there is actually a card that allows you to do that. You just pop it out in your hand and it'll just copy whatever is going on with the other dragon. So it's nice and simple for getting you started in the game. And you know what? Maybe we do that. So I'm going to do that one. So I've got my 2 cards ready.
Perfect.
Oh, yes, so we put them in the board. That's a good place.
In that little nice boxy in there.
Yeah, so it's almost like you've done this on purpose.
So, and while people are watching, you can also read the dragons themselves, and we'll see how those affect during the turn. So, but yes, we all have put our cards. Our timer has still not run out, so no one is forced to go straight. Now, in the flight phase, we're going to reveal our cards.
Yeah.
Bomb. Usually we do the movements can be simultaneous, nothing changes, but usually for simplicity we do the edge side first. So why don't you move your dragons first to show?
Yep, sure. So we're going to be going with the silver dragon first, as you can see. So it's this nice one here. So we're going at speed 3, which is what we're going at the moment anyway. So this stays as a green maneuver, I believe, Alvaro, isn't it?
Yes.
That one's all.
So while you do it, I'll explain that.
Yeah.
So you all can see that maneuvers have a color of difficulty, and that usually defines what the basic difficulty of the maneuver is. There's only one thing to take into account, which is the speed from the last turn matters. And so if you're doing a maneuver that is faster than last turn, it goes 1 difficulty up. If you're doing a maneuver that is 1 speed lower than last turn, it actually goes down. And if you do a maneuver that goes 2 down, then that's more difficult. So basically, accelerating is difficult, doing a hard brake is difficult, but doing a slow decrease of speed is the only thing that makes things easier.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, because it was the same speed, it retains the same color, which is green.
Mm-hmm. And the other dragon is simply copying the same maneuver. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And the arrow on the end of the card, as you can see there, is a helpful indicator of where you're going to be positioning your dragon in terms of the way that it's looking, because obviously you've got the hex map as well there. So in this case, they were both just looking straight forward, which is exactly what we need to do there. So yeah, all good.
Perfect. And move your counter from the speed to the maneuver difficulty.
Yes. So that was...
Now, when he does green maneuvers, Ben would be recovering fatigue with his dragons. But because his dragons are not tired, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that the black dragon here is doing 1, 2, 3 and changing 1 facing.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. And now that's a yellow maneuver, and it was the same speed, so it remains yellow. Yellow means nothing happens. The other dragon is going to do the 3SB, goes forward, and that's a green maneuver. He would recover fatigue, but it doesn't matter. And so now the flight phase is over. We go to the situation phase. Now, in the situation phase, usually hazards take place. Hazards are things that dragons leave behind on the table to make things more difficult to other dragons, like lightning storms or like ice bombs. But there's none of them yet. So the situation phase does not matter here. Rider phase does not matter because our riders are all lancers who just go into play when 2 dragons are in the same hex. So there's no actions to be done. So we go directly to the attack phase. Mm-hmm. In the attack phase, if I flip this, you can see every dragon has a different type of breath. So Ben, you have the edge. Do you want to check to see if any of your guys could shoot at me?
Yeah, sure. So the frost attack from the silver dragon would be sort of hitting these hexes here. So you're just out of the end of my range, which is
almost as if I had calculated. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the cone of cold. 1, 2, 3, and the 2 to the side.
I would also have obviously the ability to place down hazards and ice bombs and things like that, but not particularly useful at this particular point in time. On the other side of things, I've got my bronze dragon with his lightning attack. Now this one has a long shooting, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 hexes long. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would blast through there. Unfortunately, Alvaro has managed to evade me there too. Curse you. And I don't think the hazards are going to particularly come into play just yet either. So unfortunately, my dragons are not going to be releasing any attacks in this phase. So
Perfect. So now to my side, if we look at the poison dragon, he has a big bubble that he can shoot poison at, but Ben is right out of my bubble, so no attack. Fire, also out of my 2 possible bubbles, but fire can place a hazard that actually might be have some value. So my hazard is to shoot a fireball that goes 3 straight. It doesn't hit anything right now, but it remains there, and next turn it will go 3 straight more. By doing this, I am sort of constraining what Ben can do next turn. Like he cannot go through the fireball, or he cannot end up here. If he does, he might get hit by my fireball. That allows me to try to guess a little bit easier what he's going to do.
So that's us at the moment. That's the attack phase all sorted out, ready to go. So I believe that's the end of it, isn't it? That's the end of
it. It is. So at the end of the turn, we do a few things. You recover your card back, but you put the blue counter back at the speed. So we all did speed 3.
So those go back onto those, as you can see there. And then
if you did an action, actually my red dragon had done an action, which I should have marked. And then at the end of the turn, you bring it back. And then finally, we move to turn 2. The game has 10 turns. So at the end of 10 turns, if no one has won, we finish and see who's holding the caravan.
Right. So we're back into the planning phase then, as we dive in to see what's happening next. So yes, folks, back for turn 2. And we're going to be revealing our cards to see how things are going to go here. Will we get to this caravan this turn? I think Alvaro might just do it. Here we go. So yes, let's flip it over. Oh, you've already done yours. Here we go. So flipped it twice. There we go.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Yes. So we're going to do my side first because I have the edge. So it's boom, boom, and then a little bit of a turn. So there we go.
Yeah.
I feel I'm going to get shot in the bottom. And this one is just 1 forward, isn't it? And then it's turned to the...
Yeah,
there we go.
Perfect.
So, yes.
This is going to get an interesting turn, my friend.
I'm preparing for the caravan to get right in front of me, Alvaro. So
my black dragon is doing... Well, first, put your maneuver difficulties. So, what difficulty is this one?
So it was green, and I've gone down in speed, so it's actually a white maneuver. So
perfect.
There. And this one is down 2 speed. So that makes it slightly harder, doesn't it, I believe? Because I've gone
one more difficult, yes.
So it's 1 more difficult, so it goes to a yellow. So there we go.
Perfect, but you still don't have to test anything.
I still don't have to test because yellow is still fine.
So my black dragon is going full speed to the right, is doing 1, 2, 3, and 2 turns. We're going to be fighting. We're going to get to that. But now that's a red, and it was the same speed, so it remains a red. So my black dragon there is going to have to roll. Now, you see that it takes... actually, the board has a mistake there. It's a 3 dice test on the red and a 2 in the black. We need to modify now that I see it. The 3 dice test, so I'm going to roll 3 dice, and I need to roll more than my flight. My flight is 4+. So here we go. Now, you can see I did no success. That's pretty bad because it means I gain, with no successes, you can see it here, it means I gain 1 fatigue and 1 wound. So this dragon just sprained a muscle trying to do his super complex maneuver.
The dragon hammy. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And then the other dragon is doing an even more extreme maneuver. He's doing a black one, but because it's one speed lower, it goes from black to red. So again, I'm going to have to roll 3 dice again, hopefully with a better result than last time.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I got 1 success, which means that I didn't get damaged.
Yeah.
1 success means I just gained 1 fatigue, which is okay. In exchange for that, I get to do this beautiful maneuver here where I'm leaning to the right but turning to the left.
Oh,
yeah.
Sneaky.
That's worth a fatigue. That is worth a fatigue.
Oh, no.
So that was the flight phase. But then the situation phase, the only hazard on the table is this firewall. Firewall moves 1, 2, 3 more, doesn't hit anyone, and frustratingly disappears.
Goodbye, fireball.
So that
I'm about to take an even nastier attack at the back. So
well, it did its job. It did its job. It prevented you from going in that direction, and it allowed my red dragon to get into your 6.
Yeah.
But then, we have to go to the attack phase. Now you go first in the attack phase. Now this dragon, because he's in the same hex as my dragon, cannot do any actions.
Yep.
Do you want to do any actions with your bronze dragon?
I'm not sure whether or not my traps might not be a bad idea, actually.
The only thing is, remember, you can only do 1 action per turn. So if you do deploy a hazard, it means you're not going to be able to dodge my breath attack.
I think I'm going to get shot, so I'm going to reserve my action for a dodge, I think.
Perfect. So then that's what's going to happen. It's my turn, and the red dragon is going to breathe fire onto the bronze dragon. And so if we look at here, you can see he's clearly in my area. In fact, because he's right in front of me, this is going to be a 4 damage attack.
Oh,
great.
Ouch.
Now he gets to dodge, which is 3 d6s. But there's 2 things working against him. 1, he's being shot from the back. Anything that comes from behind your wings, it's a -1 to dodge. And in fact, if you didn't have a rider that was conscious at the time, you couldn't dodge back attacks. But your rider is telling your dragon, hey, you're getting shot. So your dragon gets to dodge. The -1. Yeah. So it's 2 dice. And then the other thing working against you is fire attacks give a -1 to dodge. They're difficult to dodge. So you're only going to have 1 die to dodge.
Oh, this feels
against
brutal.
Your flight.
Yep. So my flight of my bronze dragon is 4+. So fingers crossed. I'm not Jerry, so I can roll high. So no. So if he had rolled a success, he would have at least gotten a partial dodge, which would have been a -1 to damage. If he had rolled 2 successes, which of course he couldn't with 1 die, he could have completely dodged the shot. As it is, I get my 4 dice. And I'm going to do a full attack of 4 dice. Oh,
nice. We're going to go for this. Boom. Every 4 is going to be a wound.
Oh, so that's 2 wounds.
And if I had rolled 2 6s, that would have been a special hit, but it didn't happen. We'll wait till it does. So he got 2 wounds, and anytime you get hit, you gain 1 fatigue. So now I've done a nice little piece of damage on him. That dragon is already halfway to be out of the game.
Making it a lot harder for me to do my maneuvers and all sorts of different things. Sneaky.
One interesting point is you can see the splash of fire. It hits everything in its path. So if there were friends, I cannot choose to hit one and not the other. Right. So this is a dangerous, friendly fire game. And when you play two players versus 2 player, it becomes extremely interesting.
Oh God, I can imagine. Yeah.
So end of the attack phase, any dragons that are in the same hex and are of opposite sides get to fight. So this is the place where our lancers come into game. They're trying to joust each other into oblivion. And so we're going to go to where it says the melee. And so you're going to see that every dragon, when you're in that kind of melee, starts by having to roll 2 dice.
Yep.
But there are some modifiers, right? The first modifier is if you're doing a 0 speed maneuver, but no one here is. But whoever is coming at higher speed will have a +1 die.
Right.
So I'm coming in on a speed of 3. You're coming in at a speed of 1. So this is advantageous to me. Now, unfortunately, because I sort of botched my flight maneuver, I am now at 1 fatigue. And 1 fatigue gives me a -1 die to any flight test that I do. So this puts me back into 2, which makes this an even roll. And the idea is to see who rolls the more successes rolling against our flight. So we're going to roll 2 dice against 4.
So 2 dice against 4. Okay, right. Here we go.
Charge!
1.
Oh.
Yes.
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 0 successes. Well, Ben has 1 success.
Yes.
And therefore, a swipe happens. Normally, a swipe is a 1 damage hit. You just swipe by as you go. But because you have a Lancer with you, that puts a +3 to the damage. This is why Lancers are very good for this kind of thing. So my friend Ben is going to roll a full 4 dice of damage against. No, that doesn't count.
There we go. Yeah.
4.
4 dice.
I could not roll 3 damages because I don't want to die.
Here we go.
No. Yes.
That's 2 through. Yeah.
So I suffered 2 damage. So that puts me at 3 wounds. On the brink of, I wouldn't say death, because we consider here dragons don't fight to the death, because dragons are millennial creatures that don't like to die. So you get to the wounds is the moment that the dragon says, I'm done, I'm out of this fight. Yeah. But at this point, he did 2 wounds to me, so I went to 3, and 1 more fatigue. So this dragon is at 3 wounds and 2 fatigues, critical state, but still fighting. So who knows?
Pulled a hammy and got struck by a Lancer. So just awful for that poor dragon.
He thought he was pulling a super maneuver, but it did not go his way. Yeah. By the way, we forgot when we acted, we should have put the action just to
yes, of course.
That we had.
I did it for the dodge on that side, but not.
So now, an interesting factor now is we both got hit, but the only thing that matters is if a dragon on the side of the edge that we call the sharp side gets hit, then the edge goes from the sharp side to the blunt side. So now I am the sharp side, which means in the next turn, I will get to act first and shoot first.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But that's good.
Reset this to our speed. So this was a speed 2 and this was a speed 1. And we will be back for turn 3 shortly.
But wait.
Sorry, yes. Don't forget the cart. That's the objective.
He needs to get home.
Now we'll be back for turn 3. Right, we are back for turn 3, and we're going to see how things shake out here. So let's flip over these cards and see where we end up. So, have I been bold enough? We shall see. Go for it, Alvaro.
We'll see. So, I'll go first since I have the edge now. So, my red dragon is simply doing 1, 2. It's a green maneuver, and he is at the same speed, so it remains green. And as a green maneuver, he recovers this fatigue that he gained last turn. So, he's happy. He's back. All fresh. Yes. While my black dragon, who's still reeling from the hamstring and the lancing, is going to move 2 forward and turn. Now, that is what's great of that is that's a green maneuver, but because he went 1 speed down, it goes to a white maneuver. And as a white maneuver, he recovers both of his fatigue. So at least
very good.
Still damaged, but fresh. So now you do yours.
Over to me. So my bronze dragon, thinking maybe you'd go a little bit faster, is now going to just be like, well, I'll just take the caravan. So 1, 2, 3, and then does a little bit of a turn. There we go. Perfect. It's even as if he's facing the right direction. As long as he's not dead, this will be fine. So I was at speed 3. I'm still going at speed 3. So it's a yellow maneuver there. So
perfect.
All good on that front. And then my lovely silver dragon, who did that lovely skewering of the enemy, is going into covering maneuvers. So it's and then it's a little bit of a twist there.
Perfect.
There we go. Fantastic.
And that one,
speed 2, it was. So that's going to go up to yellow maneuver, isn't it? Because I went up in 1 speed. So
exactly. So if it had been green, he would be recovering his fatigue. But because he had to accelerate, it went from a green to a yellow, and he would not able to recover fatigue. So now my dragons get to act first. Well, first situation phase, but there's no hazards in the table.
Yep.
Did we have anyone that has to? No one had to roll anything, so that's fine.
No.
And now then we are going to go for the attack phase. And so me being the edge player, I'm going to start. My black dragon is not going to get hit, doesn't have anyone. He's going to drop some gas. Which is he's breathing from under his belly. That's not that he's farting.
Oh, no. Of course not. No. Yeah.
And so he's leaving some poison cloud behind. Now, my red dragon could either do the fireball, which would go right through your bronze dragon, or he could do the fire breath.
It's going to be another fire breath, I think. So
it is, because I want you to have that -1 to dodge. So I'm going to do fire breath, and I'm going to catch you. Unfortunately, I don't catch Silver, but I do catch him. So the question is, do you want to dodge, right?
Yes.
So the dodge here will be, it's 3 dice, but there's a lot of buts here. I'm shooting at you from behind, so that's 1 less. It's 2. It's a fire attack, so it's 1 less. It's 1.
Down to that 1 again. Yeah.
And do you have a fatigue? No.
I do have fatigue, actually. Yes, on this one. Yeah. So
on this one.
Yeah.
So -1. So there's no sense in dodging because you're gonna.
I couldn't make the test anyway. Yeah.
Now, and again, we didn't get to this, but grabbing the caravan is an action. So you would want to keep it so that you can grab the caravan.
Yes.
But it's also true. You forgot that you have to come at speed 0 to grab the caravan. So you're going to the caravan, but it's very difficult to grab it when you're like just speeding past it.
I like to think that the caravan driver is just really good at maneuvering.
Anyway, I'm going to try that to make it irrelevant. We'll see. I'm going to breathe fire on you here.
Yes.
And you cannot dodge, as we just said. So I'm going to go for my full 3 damage. And I need 2 successes. How many wounds do you have so far?
I have 2. I've taken 2 wounds.
Oh, yes. Let's do this. 3 dice. I need 2 successes. Go!
Oh.
Yeah! 2 damages. And he goes down.
My dragon. He could see the white glint of the eyes of the caravan driver.
He scared the caravan, at least. He did scare it.
Yeah.
So with that, that was the action of the red dragon. Now it's your turn. You still have an action with your Silver.
So my frost attack obviously will not benefit me in any way, but I do think maybe I could drop my little ice bomb, perhaps, which might get you as you start to do your picking up of the caravan potentially in a couple of turns. So maybe. So I'm gonna drop my ice bomb down. I think there.
There it is. And so for people watching, there's ice bomb in the next right now, it doesn't bother. You can fly through it. It doesn't matter. It's a little ball of ice. But in the next situation phase, it will explode and it will do damage to anyone in that hex or any of the hexes around it. So it's pretty nice.
I can't believe my dragon's gone. Oh.
You want revenge.
I want revenge.
So now I did not get hit. So the edge does not change his hands. Yeah. And at the end of this turn, we recover the actions, which I should have put in my dragons, but I didn't. So they go back. We recover the cards, and we put the speeds back in place. This one is speed 2.
So this was speed 2 as well. There we go. Unfortunately, I have nothing to do for my poor bronze dragon. Oh,
just recover your card, and you can do this. Like, let's do this.
Oh, that's just insult to injury. Never mind.
Let's call it a homage.
Yes, a homage. Yes, yeah.
So and the card moves forward, still untouched. He did see a dragon fly over him, but not from.
It's almost like you'd planned out your maneuvers really well, Alvaro.
he might think that the red dragon is actually protecting him, but
maybe, yeah. Maybe he's an evil cart driver. Who knows?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah. Right. We're going to get our cards ready for the next turn, and we'll be back very, very soon. Right. So we are back for round 4. I'm looking for some revenge. Will I get it? I don't know. Let's flip over and
As
see.
we say, venganza. Boom.
Some careful maneuvering there. Okay, so let's see what you do here.
I'll start with me. So this red dragon flies right over the caravan and turns a little bit. It's a green maneuver. It turns into a white, but he doesn't have fatigue anyway. Black dragon just moves one, turns. That's also a green that turns into a white. Doesn't make a difference. So some very careful maneuvering on my side.
Yeah. So with my dragon, we're going to be going forward. Oops, I've got my ice bomb on my back. There we go. Dump, and then
one forward.
Oh yeah, one forward.
Then one to here, right? Let's put it here so that people see it.
Oh yes.
So you did one forward, one here.
That's the one. Yes, there we go.
Perfect. So you managed to walk right into both of my dragons. First things first.
Sorry. Yeah.
So this was the flight phase, and now that was a red, right? And you were at speed 2, so it remains a red.
Yep.
So you roll your 3 dice.
So I roll my 3 dice there, and I'm looking for 4s. So
it's on the number. Perfect. Then you look for 4s.
Oh.
Okay, so that gains you 1.
This is going so badly.
1 fatigue and 1 damage.
And 1 damage, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he was doing so well.
Yeah, he was. 3 1s. That should be an extra.
Never mind.
So now in the situation phase, these 2 things go away. No one walked into my poison cloud, which is sad. And your bomb explodes, hits everything around. But there's no one there. Also sad.
Yeah.
Now we go into the attack phase. Now in the attack phase, I have decisions to make. I know that this dragon is going to hit me back because you're close to cone. So if black shoots, he needs to know he's going to be shot too, which is dangerous because he's at 3 wounds. So that's red on the other side can shoot without getting shot because he's out of, and so I could sort of risk it and try to kill you, or and actually I did a 1 maneuver, so I cannot pick the caravan yet. So if I had done a 0 maneuver, which is what I would do next turn to grab the card, then I could pick up the card. But right now, because I came into the hex with speed 1, I still cannot grab it. So I'm going to shoot at you then. I'm going to shoot at you first with the red one, so that then I can decide what I do with the black one, right? So you get to dodge, or you can hold to try to shoot back and kill.
You know what? I'm going to rely in some poor dice rolling from you, and I'm not going to dodge so that I can blast that dragon and take him out of the sky. So I'm going to risk it.
That's a wise decision. Decision is you're coming from you're the underdog or the underdog. Yeah. So then I'm going to roll my 3 damage, and we'll see how I do. Bum, bum, bum. 1 damage. So
1 damage.
Remember, everyone, I'm rolling against my potence. My potence is 4+. And so you'll see these dragons, because they're adult dragons, all have flight 4 and potence 4, which means I need 4+ in general, which is great. When you play with younger dragons, they have less potence, but they have consume, they can accelerate. Then older dragons have better potence, but worse flight, as it happens to all of us.
Yeah, and so in that case, took a wound, and I also take a fatigue for that as well.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, there we go.
So you are at 2 fatigues now, 1 from exactly. Now I'm with my black dragon. Now my black dragon could shoot at him, and I would roll 3 dice, right? And maybe I kill him, but if I don't kill him, he's going to shoot back at me, and I'm not going to be able to dodge. Now, my black dragon is a little bit craven, so he's actually going to not shoot. I'm going to mark here that I did shoot with a red one, as I should have been doing all along. But my black dragon is going to say pass and not going to shoot. He's going to try to protect his life.
So then it comes over to my silver dragon. He uses his frost attack. So if we look down at the sheet here, so it's 2 forward, and then it's like a little cone. So it's boom, boom, boom. So that will just catch the edge of the black dragon there, which is a 2 damage attack.
Yeah.
So, and it's also Dragons at range 3 get a -1d6 to the dodge as well, which is good.
Indeed. So the Cone of Frost is more difficult to dodge as it spreads at the end than at the beginning. It's easier to dodge at the beginning of the cone than at the end. So I am still going to try to dodge. Now, my black dragon has no fatigue. He normally dodges 3 dice, but because you have a -1 to dodge, he's going to dodge 2 dice.
We got this.
Hoping get some successes. It's against 4. I do. I get 1 success, which means it's a partial dodge, a -1 to damage, right? So your damage at this distance is?
So it would be 2, but with that, it's a 1. But then I get -1d6 to my.
Yes, the black dragon is alive. You get 0, but it's still a hit. So he has 0 damage because -1 because of the Cone of Frost. -1 because of my partial dodge, and -1 because he's at 2 fatigues. And a dragon at 2 fatigues doesn't breathe as potently. As otherwise.
Curse your dodging. Otherwise that could have been me. That could have been it.
Yes, it did hit me though, which means I gain 1 fatigue.
Yes.
Not with that one. With
the other one. Yeah, there we go.
And it also means that the edge changes hands. So at least Ben now will have the ability to shoot first in the next round and kill the dragon before he gets killed.
And so at the end of the turn, in this case, because you're on top of the dragon, it doesn't move. Does it? The caravan doesn't move because you're kind of like keeping it in place and pinning it almost. Yeah.
The caravan just hunkers down. And now next turn, if my red dragon does a 0 maneuver, he will be able to grab the caravan from the ground. Now Ben knows this, and so Ben can easily put himself in a position to shoot at my dragon if my dragon yes. But I could also choose a different maneuver and try to surprise him. There's plenty of stuff we could do. So we'll see.
So we're going to go and pick cards, and then we'll be back for the next round.
Before that,
let's do the speed. Yes, of course.
Back our cards. So this goes back to speed 1.
Speed 2. There we go.
Yes. Actions. Recover your actions back. And that is it.
And there we go. Yeah. Right. We'll be now going to go and pick some cards, and we'll be back very, very shortly. And we are back for round 5. I think this is all going to go swimmingly. It's not going to go swimmingly. This is terrible.
Well, let's see about it. Let's first reveal our orders.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's that 0.
So, red dragon did stay. It's a 0, which is a red, but because I went 1 speed down, it goes to a yellow, so he doesn't have to roll. That's great. Black did just 1 forward, and he's covering his friend's back.
Ooh.
That's green, remains green, so then he's not fatigued. What did you do?
So I move forward, whoop.
Oh, wow.
And I think I've got a perfect place for a bomb.
First, move your thingy to your green, and so that gets
green, you recovers a fatigue. There we go.
It's good. It's important to keep your dragon fresh.
Exactly. Yeah.
So situation phase, there's no hazards on the table, but attack phase. What are you going to do?
So because obviously I had the edge, don't I? So let's drop that ice bomb right. But I'm going to take that whole stack of ice bombs. Actually.
Yeah, it looks like that. Nope, but the ice bomb goes where you are.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, so. Perfect. As for me, so Red Dragon did a 0 maneuver. So he grabs the cart. We remember it was his friend, so he's carefully grabbing
his card. Evil friend.
Yeah. And now Black can only shoot at red, and he thinks about it for a second because he doesn't like red has more wounds than him, but then decides that instead he's just going to drop some gas.
Make it harder for me to decide where I'm going to maneuver.
Yeah, he has to cover his back. We've established that Black is craven, so
that's true. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that was a quick one. So yes, that's everything at the moment. You've got the cart in your possession as we start to move into the next turn. Will I be more daring? We shall see. We'll be back in a moment. Right, folks, and we're back for the next turn. Let's see if I can catch that caravan. We'll flip over our cards and see how this goes. So, yes. Ooh.
And before we start, a quick comment. I did my dragons in reverse last turn. Sorry to confuse you all. This was the red dragon, so it's the one that has 1 fatigue and did a 0 maneuver. And the other one was the black dragon. So I just did them in reverse.
Mm-hmm. Right, so my silver dragon is going to be doing his maneuver. So, so it's bump, 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 and then we turn him all the way around. Yeah, get to the right place. But this is a black maneuver, this one, unfortunately. So this takes me down to just 1 dice for my pool to roll this.
Well, it would be 2 dice, but you're still at 1 fatigue, right? So it's 1 die.
Yeah, so we'll roll this one and see how it goes. Come on! Yes!
But you still gain 1 fatigue.
I still gain a fatigue, yeah.
If he had 2 successes, which is impossible with 1 die, he would have had 0 fatigues. Right?
Yeah, but in a better place. And
my dragon was looking here. Sorry, when we did the change. And now he's doing 1 RA. So he's moving right into your breath.
Yes.
And it's a yellow maneuver, but because he's accelerating 1, it turns into a red.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so he's going to roll 3 dice. He has 1 fatigue, so it's going to turn into 2 dice. Let's go. 2 successes. Oh. No fatigues and no damage.
What an expert Draiga/rider.
Holding the card tight in his clutches. And then Black Dragon is just doing 1 to the side. That's a red maneuver. Remains red because he was at speed 1. So he's going to roll 3 dice. He has no fatigue because he's taking a chill. Boom. Let's go. 1 success. That's enough. It just means that he's going to gain 1 fatigue, but no damage. He's okay with that. Now we go situation phase. So the poison goes away.
The ice bomb goes boom.
With no damage.
Close but no cigar. Yeah.
And now it's attack phase.
Yeah.
You want to pass?
No.
Okay.
So this would be attack 3 with the frost blast there, because it would be 4 if it was there, but it's 3 because it's 1 space away. I get a -1 to my attack, but first of all, you've got to
I got to dodge.
Yeah.
So normally I dodge 3, but this is an attack from the back, so that's 2. You don't have modifiers at the distance to dodge, but I do have 1 fatigue, right? With Red Dragon. So I have 1 die. Let's do it. Yes. That means it's a partial dodge, so you get a -1.
So it would be 3, but it's -1 to that, so it's 2. But I get another -1 because of my daring maneuvers. So it's simply just 1 attack with potency of 4+. So can I get this? Fingers crossed. Come on. Oh, God damn it.
You still do give me 1 fatigue.
Because I give you 4 fatigue, though, yeah. So
both dragons are getting tired. Now I have a speed of 1 I'm getting. So one of the important things of this mission is grabbing the card. It's not only hard to do, but after you grab the card, you need to bring back your at speed 0 and start accelerating, which is pretty tough. Now I'm going to be able to do a 2 maneuver this turn, which makes me very excited.
Yeah, right. Okie dokie then. Things are heating up. We shall be back in the next turn. Let's set our speed dials first. Good idea. Well done, Alvaro. And we're going to be choosing some cards and diving into the next turn. So we are back for turn 7. Let's see how this goes. Going to flip over our cards. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
So,
no, actually, this is not going to go well for me.
Interesting. So yes, so I've got the edge, so I get to do my movement first. So this is straightforward on top of you. So this was it was green, but obviously I was going down in speed, so it goes to a yellow maneuver. So there we go. So that's that there.
And
all good.
Move you over. I'm doing a change here. I had hoped that you were going to fly past me, but you didn't. And now that's a black maneuver, but because it's 1 speed lower, it's a red, so it's 3 dice. But I have a 1 fatigue, so I'm going to go for 2 dice. Let's go. Red Dragon gains his first wound and another fatigue. That was a very expensive thing to do. Now, black just moves one here and changes facing, right?
Oh.
That's a yellow, remains yellow, so that's fine. And now, so there's no situation phase.
No, so there's nothing on the board, yeah.
So now it's the attack phase. Now, black can attack, but has to attack both if he does. Now, black, being of the wonderful personality that we've established he has, he is going to attack. He's going to attack both dragons. He doesn't care. The dragons cannot dodge, right? So at this distance, with he's going to have a damage of 3 dice. Now, he does have 2 fatigues. So that means that he is only going to do 2 dice of damage.
So do I do my rider, this melee first, or does the dragon?
Melee is at the end of the attack.
Melee is at the end. That's the one.
Melee will be between the surviving dragons.
Oh God!
So we're gonna go first for red. I think we're gonna do this nice 2 damage roll against red. And of course, he puts 2 damage on red.
Oh.
The interesting thing is acid doesn't give fatigue. So it does 2 damage, but no fatigue. And now, of course, I'm going to roll 2 dice for you. Yeah. And I'm probably going to roll 0 damage. We're going to see. Bum, bum. 1 damage.
1 damage. 1 damage. Okay.
He considers, black considers this to be a good trade-off. No fatigue. Remember?
Oh, yes, no fatigue because it's poison.
Now,
of course.
It does mean you were hit. So at the end of the turn, the edge will change. But for now, we're good. So now we get to the melee phase. Now, in the melee phase, we both start with 2 dice, but this was a very poor choice for me because my 2 dice go down to 1 die because I did a 0 maneuver, and go down to 0 dice because fatigue. You, on the other hand, have 2 dice, which moves to 3 dice because you're the faster, minus 1 because you. So you are going to roll 2 dice, and you need 1 success.
Come on, dragon. You got this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you get a wonderful 4 damage hit on me. Now, so you have 4 dice of damage.
Oops, no, 4 damage. There we go. That's too many. 4 dice. There we go. Let's see how this does. Oh, got 1 through.
What? That's enough.
That's
Thanks
enough.
to the help of black. Thanks for black's help. Red goes down. And the cart is now in the air.
Yeah.
So this turn, if you want, you can, of course, try to grab the cart. But we'll see if that's what you want to do. But that's the end of turn 7. Now, to grab the cart from the air, you can do up to a maneuver of speed 2. So I could also come in there and try to grab the cart, right? We'll see.
And the edge is with you as well. So that's...
The edge is
because, yes, it is with you.
Yes, because you did get hit this turn.
Yes. So this goes back to speed 2. There we go. Right. So after that shock, we're going to take our cards back. We're going to pick some new ones, and we're going to see how this all pans out. We're back in a second. We are back for the next turn. We're back on turn 8. Let's see how this one pans out. Let's flip over our cards. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Okay. I have the edge, so I'll go first. My ground keeps doing his very careful maneuvers. That's a green. It remains green. He recovers 1 fatigue, so he's happy with that.
And then my dragon just goes 1 forward there. And then we do a turn like that. There we go.
Love it. Love it. So then we go to our situation phase. Situation phase, nothing happens. And then we go to attack phase, where black is happy to be spitting acid again. Now, it's from the front, so you do get... did you recover... this was a yellow maneuver or a green maneuver?
It was a yellow it was a green maneuver, but I was on speed 2 and then went down to speed 1, so that would have gone to a yellow one, wasn't it? Or...
No, because you went down 1 speed, so it actually makes it easier. You go to white and you recover both of your fatigues.
I do, yes. I remember, yes.
It's great, because now you're not a -1 to dodge, so you get your full 3 dice dodge against my black dragon.
Oh, yes. Curses.
But we'll see if you get a full dodge.
Oh,
You got a full dodge, so you're still alive.
This dragon's the best dragon.
But you do gain 1 fatigue because of even a full dodge gives you 1 fatigue. Yeah. I acted, you acted. So that's it. That was a short turn. Now, the caravan does not move anymore. It's in the air. If next turn no one grabs it, the caravan crashes into the ground and no one gets it. So we'll see what happens. Remember, the caravan can be grabbed with a speed of 0, 1, or 2. So I'm in a good position to grab it. But Silver Dragon here could try to pull something strange. Who knows?
Yeah, right. Okay. Take our cards back and we'll be getting ready for the next turn. There we go. Right, so we are back with turn 9 here. Things are hotting up as that caravan hurtles through the air. We're going to flip over our cards and see where we're at the moment. The Craven Black Dragon versus the Valiant Silver Dragon. That's what I say. That's what I'm saying anyway.
So Black Dragon goes first. He moves onto the caravan and turns. Silver is pulling one of the stranger maneuvers in this game. It's the only one where you're moving one, but it's actually a 0 maneuver because you're basically drifting. And so, one there, perfect. You're going to be looking there. Now that's a black, but because it's a 0 maneuver, it does go down to a red.
Yes.
But you will have to roll.
Yeah, so it would be 3 dice, but because I have got my fatigue, it's only a 2 dice one.
And if you roll no successes, this will mean the end of your dragon.
I know. I'm putting everything into the fight.
No pressure at all. No pressure.
Try not to channel Jerry. It's okay. It's okay.
So you do suffer 1 fatigue because you only have one success, which is good. And now comes the action phase. Now, Black Dragon could grab the caravan, almost probably guaranteeing he wins the game because we're in turn 9 and there's only 1 turn left. Or he could shoot at Silver Dragon. And we know, by what we know of Black Dragon so far, we understand his priorities. Yes. And we know that he is actually going to shoot and ignore the caravan.
Of course.
You get the chance to dodge.
To get to charge. Yeah.
It's still from the front, so you still get your 3 dice, but you are fatigued now. So
it would be down to 2 dice, wouldn't it, for this one? Because
yes, it is
fatigue there. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. Come on.
No full dodge.
Yes.
Dodge. Another full dodge, and he gains 1 fatigue, but is still alive. And Black Dragon is
This is the heroic dragon. We are the good guys.
Okay. I guess we're doing this.
Okay.
Let's go for turn 10. Well, let's put our cards back.
So this was speed 0, so that goes there.
And I didn't do things right. I did a speed 1, which was a green one. So I did recover 1.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. In the excitement of our attacks, we forgot about that, but it's all good.
Yes.
It's all good. Right. We're going to take our cards back and we're going to get ready for turn 10. We'll see how this goes. Back in a minute.
Wait. Don't stop me yet. So, important thing is, because Black Dragon did not grab the card, it was 2 turns with the card in the air. The card crashes into the ground and cannot be grabbed by anyone now.
Yes. There we go.
Now, this game is going to end in a draw unless we somehow kill each other.
Oh, well, that's a challenge. We'll be back in a minute. All right, folks, we are back for the final turn 10. Everything is up in the air. The cart has smashed to the ground. That has been completely forgotten. It's all about the damage. Let's see how this one turns out. Will Black win out or will Silver? Flip over our cards and see. Oh, okay.
Black.
Okay.
Black has decided to remain in his place. Mm-hmm. It's a red maneuver, but because he's 1 speed down from 1 to 0, it turns into yellow. So he's comfortably flapping in place.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to be doing this maneuver. So we're going to put this here just so we can show this one. So this is like this. Oh, and then we're going to go.
Silver is going all in.
Bam. But I'm putting all my dragon eggs in a basket.
Now, that's a risky thing, right? Yes. You're doing a black maneuver and you're at fatigue. So you're only going to roll 1 die. And if you don't succeed, you are going to die.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put that. I'm praying to Bahamut and all.
Black doesn't want you to die because Black has the edge and wants to spit on you.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Sounds more kinky.
Oh, rolled a 1.
With that, Silver gains the final wound, goes down or leaves the battle, and Black remains the undisputed overlord of the battlefield. He achieved both his objectives, 3 objectives. He won against the metallic dragons. He managed to kill his friend that he didn't like, Red. And he also managed to get the cart driver killed, who was Red's friend. So everyone's dead except Black, who flies back.
Thank you for taking us through that, Alvaro. That was pretty awesome. For anyone who's interested in sort of DragonStrike and what extra stuff is sort of being added to the game, you just give us like a brief sort of overview of that. I know there's like riders and stuff that you can throw into the mix and things, stuff. Yeah. Yes.
So in the game, if you want to play a quick game like we just played, that's great. You just set up with the dragons, basic dragons. If you want to play more like a campaign game, you can build your own dragon wing, which you can choose between adults, elders, and young dragons. You can choose different traits. You can also choose different types of riders. You have the lancers, you also have archers, you have spellcasters. So that really opens up the game, and you can gain experience and play little campaigns where your dragon wing evolves through it.
Brilliant. So yeah, if you liked the look of this, make sure to check out the DragonStrike Facebook page and also the website as well. All the links will be down below, so you can go and find out about that. There's also a Discord that you guys have, which is awesome for people to dive into and check out what's coming up. There's lots of sneak previews and all that kind of thing as well, which is very nice. And I guess the last thing to say is, curse those damn dragons. I hate them so much. Those evil dragons. Black dragon, I'm coming for you.
He's going to be back on Beast of War. But before that, I will say, if anyone wants, as you join the Discord, to join us for the final play testing of the final details of the advanced game, you are welcome to come and play TTS with us. Just let us know in the Discord that you're interested. Brilliant.
Amazing stuff. Make sure to check out all those links. And yeah, watch out for DragonStrike when it comes to Kickstarter in the near future as well. So yeah, February. That was awesome. Thanks again, Alvaro. We're going to move on and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.